Hey, what is going on, everybody? This is East Tactics. I went and picked up a set of new HEX drivers, and I am extremely happy with these. These are the ProTech RC True Torque Metric 1/4 power drill tip sets, and it was basically $26 for all the right ones that you need for your RC car. And if you if they're on Amazon, I'll put a link down in the description in the section that I have for tools, so you can pick them up. But I actually picked these up at my local hobby shop, and the quality of these tips are just awesome. So I'm gonna recommend you getting these. I do have links in the description of the video that talks about some of the ones that you can pick up off Amazon. MIP HEX, HEX drivers, and they're really good too, but they're just like way more expensive. Where these are really good, and they're not quite as expensive. So again, there's the part number. Another thing that I highly recommend that you install in your work area where you maybe do your wrenching on your RC is one of these. They are the most useful things in the world. A magnetic strip, change your life, no joke. Also, for those of you that own one of these stations for setting your car on top of, Duratrax, it's a Duratrax, I'm like trying to eyeball the box right now. Anyway, they're made by Duratrax, but sometimes they don't spin that well. So what you do is you take some of the oil you use for your diff and toss it on, and that problem, as far as it spinning freely, completely goes away. I know that's like almost a no-brainer to do something like that. Believe it or not, I had mine for months with my car sitting on it, and I'd be like trying to spin my car, and the car itself would turn on top of it, and it would drive me nuts. And so I'd constantly be trying to like repositioning it and stuff. And then I just like, oh my gosh, I can just totally just lube that up with some of this grease. And ever since I did that, it's been a dream. So this is something I'll probably do sooner than later. Taking like a fine net type of material and unscrewing all four of these and putting a square piece of that over, and then maybe a couple of tiny washers or some rubber O-rings or something like that to hold down the netting, to provide breathing but better protection for debris, small pieces of grass and things like that to get in there. So do that if you have any of that stuff laying around, or if you see some at your local Home Depot or whatever, pick some up. You just need a tiny little square of it. So now if you look closer, you'll see a hole. I drilled a little hole in that, and then I put a little black zip tie through it to prevent those from popping out during a hard landing. And the last thing you want is for one of these to pop out. Real quick, right there is where I kind of did a fix, because the actual mount, plastic mount that was part of the ESC had broken. And so I took my Dremel and I kind of dremeled a deep wedge into the side of the ESC, and then I just stuck a washer on, and then that washer basically holds the ESC down now as a replacement mount. I also used double-sided tape on the bottom of the ESC, combination between double-sided tape and this little mod for re-securing a broken ESC mount. In regards to replacing the fan, I did end up just going with the stock fan. It costed like 12 bucks. And I'm investigating whether or not I'm gonna go with that high-end fan system that I found from that gentleman that was referred to me. But I will be, so kind of keep an eye out for the next video to drop as far as me picking up an external BEC, installing that into my system, and amping my stock ESC up to the 7.4 volts to provide that power to my servo and of course other components. Anyway guys, that wraps up this video. I really appreciate you watching my stuff. Check out my library for a bunch of really cool tactics when it comes to these high-end RCs, and I will catch you guys next time. Ease Tactics out.